Hello guys, welcome to this live stream. I'm going to fly a HE111 on tactical air war. Going to try to at least. I tried taking off in this thing yesterday and something happened where I reviewed the video and the pitch failed. I don't know if I'd call it failing, but something happened where the prop pitch completely feathered. It feathered. I think I got a status message saying it feathered. And I couldn't get it to unfeather. I couldn't do anything with the pitch, so I hope that doesn't happen again. I don't know why it happened. I probably pressed the wrong combination of buttons. I don't know. But anyway. Michael, well, that's about. I was trying to start the ME262 earlier today, and I needed to hear the engine as it started, and that's why the sound needed to be turned down just. Let me stabilize this plane temperature wise, and then we'll have a look at the target and the ordinate. Temperature's coming down. We're still only at 1,000 meters. Not high enough really for what we need to do. You need to be at least 2,000 meters, maybe 3. We took off from here, we're going to this area here. I think I could also fly out to here, but to get more altitude, but I want to hit these ones, I think. Preferably this. Potentially I could hit this one and then turn back. But I'll probably just hit this one with both. I've got two 1,000 kilogram. Navigation's going to be quite a challenge. I've just been trying to climb so far. Okay, we got a river, we got a town. There's a river and a town. There also potentially is a river and a town. So the river ends there and it branches out there. I think I'm about here. I better keep climbing. Getting a lot darker. 2,000 meters. Definitely not 1,000 meters, that's for sure. Yeah, maybe 2,000. Well, only at 1,300 basically right now. It's getting darker and darker. Man, it's going to be hard to navigate. I might have to circle around for a bit once I've hit the target, and then go away and come back again on a predefined track once I've set up the bombs. You got to input the wind, the altitude, all these kinds of things, the speed of the aircraft. So we've got a bigger river up ahead. $1,450. $1,550. I'm going to start doing some maneuvering here to keep gaining altitude and to give myself a bit of space. $1,650. Main thing I'm trying to do is avoid getting shot down by flak. I believe if I go over at 1,000 meters or lower, I'm just going to get shot down. I think optimally I want to be as high as possible as long as I can hit the target. $1,750. Speed's very low, 100. It's going to be dark. It's worthwhile checking out the clock and what time the map finishes. So it's 10 minutes to 7. What time does the map finish? Uh, 16:55, 17:55, 18:55, 18:55. This finishes in 5 minutes, doesn't it? This map finishes in 4.5 minutes. Ah, damn it! This changes everything. Alright, so I don't want to get shot down, but I want to get to the target. In the next 3 minutes, and it usually ends early. The target's on a river by a town. I know this. I do know this one. I just got to find it. I should be heading about 90 degrees. think I'll make. Get that bloody cloud out of the way. I want to see what's there. Nothing really. What do we got? What do we got? What do we... There's a town. Ah! Bloody... Ah, that's... The only good thing I can say about that is that it's an advancement on the previous attempt to fly the HE111, which resulted on the propellers feathering upon takeoff. I was only going to do one flight in the HE, but I think I'll probably do another one. Try and do it a proper flight from start to finish in the HE. (2,000 meters) not easy to set up for small tail. That's a good thing about the JU88. If you are not in a position to do something precision, straight and level, you can always dive with the dive brakes and so on. Before we do that, let's just try something. I want to see what's happening in combat box. I want to see when the map finishes in combat box, because the current map that it's playing, I don't think it has a 262. If it does, then I'll definitely fly it. And at least I'll get an idea of when the current map finishes. The next map will probably have the 262 available on it, and if I can jump in there when it starts, possibly I can get to fly it. So far, I really haven't flown the 262 in multiplayer, not properly. I've flown it for like 3/4 of a mission or something. Not properly in combat. September 1944. I think this is too early for the 262. I don't know. Let's see. No, hang on. Mission conditions, September 17, 1945. .41 minutes to go. I don't think there's a 262 on this one. Nope. So 40 minutes. not working for some reason. Well, it's not working at all. Only 10 players on Combat Box. I could go on Combat Box and fly a Spitfire, but there's not too many players on there. No, that's not working. Alright, so I'm thinking Spitfire on Combat Box, or I'm thinking Wings of Liberty. Wings of Liberty. It's got the most players. -23 versus 31. -21 degrees. 2 hours to go. So that's all good. But who's winning? There's not 2 hours to go. There's only 1, 2 left on this. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left on this side. So once those two are gone, in fact, once that one's gone, I think the enemy is going to win. Where should I take off from? Probably from here. Now, what aircraft should I go? Probably go a MiG, eh? MiG 3. So basically, I've got to protect that that strong point. The strong point just here, I've got to protect it, and that train. If one of those gets destroyed, I think the map will finish. So it's in my best interest, if I want a long flight, to prevent those strong points from getting destroyed. Where's the temperature? Hardly ever fly this plane, so I'm not too familiar with it. Looks okay. Man, we got a long flight to get there. Does this plane have boot? No, it doesn't. Temperature not a problem. I wonder. Alright, we're basically where we need to be. Just got to protect. I gotta find the place, I guess. So it's on a river, and it's in the bend of the river. There it is there, right next to the town. Hang on, is that it? There's a town and it's close to me. There's an aircraft, bloody hell. Bunch of aircraft down. .109. Perfect. Oh shit. Top right is your fuel. Oh no, the target's got... That probably means we lose. We had a bunch of IL-2s taken. I could protect the train, or I could go out to here. Enemy has completed combat mission in full. Allied team will lose if within 5 minutes will not destroy enemy targets. Obviously I'm close enough to our train. If there's any enemies there, I'll be able to take them out. There's a bunch of IL-2s I think they were going to take off. Not really sure what to do. 5 minutes left basically. Yeah, bad luck. I shot down that BF-109 pretty well. Not too bad, and then just nicked the propeller. And what lesson can I briefly learn from that dive on the 109? I overshot the aircraft a bit. How much ammo does this thing have? Because when I crash landed, I tried pressing the trigger a couple of times and no bullets were firing. Either I'd run out of ammunition, I don't think I did, or the guns were malfunctioning for some reason. So I'll be at my train soon, and then I'll just loiter around the train for the next few minutes, hopefully intercept a Ju-88 or something. Excuse me. So yeah, the MiG-3, this is quite a fun plane. Seems to be pretty fast and everything. It was pretty good in that dive, and in the ensuing dogfight it was pretty. I had a good I had a good tactical position there. I was high up, I saw an aircraft, I tracked it, I identified it as a 109, even managed to keep tracking it over the forest. Ideally though, you just want to dive down on it, ID it, shoot it up and then zoom out of there. Instead I got bogged down in pretty much a turn fight, and other aircraft came into the fight. There were two 109s down there, I believe. Potentially, if you did it like an ace, you could do them both. You zoom on the one, zoom out of there, and then find the other one and get a good position, dive down on it and take it out. Two minutes left. We got a town. Hey, look at this, look at this. Where is it though? Did it crash? I think it might have crashed up. There was a lot of flak and then suddenly the flak stopped shooting. So make it that, I guess, what you will. Nice dive, yeah. I'm so familiar with the loadout of the BF-109s, the F series and that, and some other planes too, like the Spitfire and so on, but the and the LA-5 now, but the MiG-3 I haven't memorized the loadout for this particular plane. And I knew I had limited time, so I didn't sort of stop and look at it for too much. So what have I... didn't even have time to finish it. Well, the theme so far is maps ending before I can really get a decent flight in. I think I'm inclined to keep flying the MiG-3. This is pretty good. Yeah, it is. It kind of has a cool look to it. Fast. It seems pretty fast. However, usually when I see a MiG-3 when I'm flying a 109, I think, aha, there's something I can shoot down, most of the time. But when I see a yak, then I go, uh-oh, it's a yak. At least my perception is that the yak's very deadly. I certainly have to watch out when I'm fighting a yak. It's not all down to the plane. Also, it's the pilot, the experience, the altitude differential, the energy, the speed, the condition of the plane, etc. How much usage the engines had in the last few minutes. What map is this? This is the tank crew map. This must be a late war scenario. This could change things. What aircraft have we got? I could fly an A20. No Spitfire. Five, Lag 3, Yak 1, Yak 1B, Yak 7, P39, P39 Storm, P40, IL2, IL2, PE2, A20. Why not an A20? Oh, it's going to be roughly summertime. That'll do for a paint scheme. And what have we got here? Everything is internal with these planes. In comparison, the HE111s, the JO88s, a lot of stuff gets carried under the wings. Good map, yeah. There's one of the latest maps too. So ammo, oh, it's got a forward-facing 50 cal with 400 rounds. 16 times 100 and 8 times 100. I think I'm going to go 16. What if I go here though? 20 times 100, 4 times 250. 20 times 100, that'd be fairly devastating. Not much splash damage, but a good carpet. What about this one? 4 times 250, you get the biggest splash damage. And 8 100s. I don't know, I think I'll go for the 20 100s. I assume most of them are carried in, I think they're all in the plane. At contact. Set this to 500. I think that'll do us. How do you get to turn your plane around in the hangar? You just what, I don't even know. What do? I think you just you click with the mouse and you drag the mouse. Or if your mouse is equipped with a scroll wheel, you just roll the scroll wheel and it spins your view in the hangar. A20. Yeah, it's Douglas, I think, before the merger. Don't quote me on that. Alright, so I'm flying basically a new plane. I better figure this out. close the outlet cowl flap. There's a flap up here that I think has to be shut, and I cannot remember how to do it. Does anyone remember? I've shut the one that's down there. I reckon there's one there that needs to be shut. Left control minus left control equals for the A20. I think we're all set. Just like that, we're in continuous mode. Excellent. I should fly this plane a lot more. Yeah, you were there for that. I certainly remember that, taking off before and the plane vibrating everywhere. Now that I've gotten airborne, I need to check those temperatures, I guess. Oil temperature, cylinder head temperature, something or other temperature, oil. So the plane doesn't have coolant, so let me just adjust some things. Watch the second temperature. May as well keep that top one shut. It's just the outlet cowl really. And I've got that set at 30%. Yeah, that was pretty much the first time flying this aircraft. I'm pretty flexible now, and I'm no longer really going to do the block of flying an aircraft for a week at a time and things like that, with the exception of the Spitfire. I'm going to fly pretty much whatever I want, whenever I want, depending on what map's available and whatever I'm feeling at the time. So because it's Wings of Liberty, we've got a GPS, so I better turn around. I thought that was, I'd just been flying the F-18, I thought that was a computer screen right there for a second as I just glanced down. I've been flying the F-18 in DCS, and this is quite a different aircraft. So basically, looking at the year in review, I've flown a lot of different aircraft in simulation. Everything from early World War I right up to 1970s fighter jets. And a year of flying multiplayer combat, particularly in IL-2, and a bit of flying circus, has really honed and sharpened my skills in a lot of things, engine management and just everything. It's been great. Best way, yeah. It's very immersive when you're doing multiplayer. no idea how to read these really. I'll get to it at some point. Manifold and RPM, that's pretty important. There's an artificial horizon. Airspeed, 4,000 feet. G'day, Gordon. So I'm carrying 20 times 100 kilogram. Closest target would be the artillery here, or the warehouse, or the field warehouse. Probably should go for the artillery or the warehouse here, I think, so I'll just keep on going straight west. Whoa, that rate of roll is amazing. Very good rate of roll. Go out your window. Gee, that's pretty good. Where I am, it's very hot. This is the tank crew clash at Prokhorovka map, and just here is the town Prokhorovka. This was the center of the Battle of Kursk as far as I'm aware. The world's greatest tank battle. This town here. Yeah, I'm familiar with this aircraft. I don't know if I've put the gear up. Don't know if like in terms of I can't see any lights or anything to indicate either way. Don't know if I've turned the lights off. Here's the gunner's position. Really the main catch with this plane is the inlet cowl flap on the engine nacelle. Once you figure that out, it's all pretty smooth, I think. So there's actually 3 people in this plane. About halfway there. So the artillery is behind, so there's this creek system, this river system, then we've got some a town here, big road here, and it's in this Y-shaped intersection, and it's at the end of this forest here. There's 3 arms and it's on the 3rd arm. Airfield at 0406 is under attack. Did I read that right? We don't have an airfield at 0406 except for this one. And that's not really a target. I'm almost, this is a fast plane, I'm almost there. I wonder if I can see the forest or the town, a few towns out there. Oh shit. I have a couple of gunners actually. Both the engines damaged. Overspeeding perhaps. Bullets. I should have known. Oh well, the overspeeding will help me to get to the target. I just got to press N to open the bomb bay. I think they're all set to contact detonate rather than 3 seconds. Damn it. Oh shit, I just dropped something. Oh shit. There it is there. No biggie. Just 2 of them. Were they on the wings or something? I don't know. My target. Okay, target coming up. There it is, there it is, there it is. Hey, I might have got some. They don't have much splash damage though. Didn't do nothing. There's a fort there. Interesting, interesting. You really want to get a stick along that line of tents there. Easier said than done. I probably could have, not bad first time flying an A20, I probably could have gone in much higher and either level bombed from much higher up or gone into like a shallow dive towards the target. Frag, did you see the beginning of this video? I was flying a HE111 on tactical air war, but unfortunately the map ran out as I was about 3 or 4 minutes away from the target. It was so frustrating. New video card, okay. Yeah, try not to teach too much about parachuting if I can help it. I think I'll go again with the A20. Might just have a look at the load though. Those hundreds weren't very effective. You really want to select to drop them all at once, I think. Times 100. I'm going to select, I'll keep them, but I'll select to drop them all at once. Did I have enough fuel? Yeah, I think so. Just in case I won't go contact, I'll go, although they don't have a huge splash damage, it's not that big a deal. I'll go 2 seconds. You want to drop from high up with this aircraft anyway, because the type of bombs that it's carrying need to be pretty high up to have enough velocity when they hit the ground to detonate, otherwise they won't detonate. On the train again. And we're back. I thought that that might have been a black screen of death for a sec there, but no, we're back. Looks like the Windows update didn't kill my rig either. Not yet anyway. It sounds like this aircraft is started by shotgun shell. I've got the prop pitched to 100. I've got the lights on, although I can't see that. How can you tell if your lights are on? So I think the green there must mean that the gear's down. Bomb bay doors open probably shows when that's open. There's a pretty neat layout. Parking brake released. I can see the lights. Completely internal bomb bay. I think there might be a couple of bombs on the wings, not really sure. Site has the option for the delay. Yeah, it does too. I'm used to pressing left Windows button and B. going to go pretty much 260 from here, and I'm going to keep gaining altitude. Maybe the fort's the target. I think you're probably could be right about that. The airfield at 0406, I think I was looking for that before. So the major problem I had before was I got intercepted halfway to the target, so I can avoid that this time by being higher. So what am I at now? 5,000. What do I want? At least 10. At least 10. I think the clouds are going to be at 7,000. Coming up on 6,000. You can actually also dogfight with this plane. It's fairly manoeuvrable, especially when there's not much fuel on board and no payload, and you've got the 50 calibers. Especially if it's a bomber versus bomber situation. Like if I'm flying this and I've got a Ju-88 directly beneath me, I will attack it. Enemy aircraft spotted at my airfield behind me. Currently my altitude 7,000. Okay, so got to try and get to a good altitude before I get to the target. Actually, before I even get halfway there. So it looks like you've got cylinder head temperature and oil temperature, both of them in degrees centigrade, and you've also got a carburetor temperature, which is to do with icing. You don't want the carbies to ice up. Dropping torpedoes are interesting. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool for attacking ships. Coming up on 9,000. pretty much tracking where I was going to. I'm trying to snake just a bit. I was going to go 260. I went 270 for a bit there because I'm trying to slow it down a bit so I can gain altitude before I get halfway there, which is where I got shot down last time. I'll just aim for the fort because it's the biggest target. And yeah, I'm going to do level bombing, so it's going to be a challenge. I think I can really do this above the cloud base because I won't be able to see. So I'll probably just level out here and set up for my approach. Alright, let's try and figure this out. So the airspeed is 260. Or a little bit more as we speed up, getting on towards 300. Altitude is in kilometers? What does that say? That says 2,970. Do I have to do it? The wind at 3,000. I guess I'll go 2,000. From 320 at 2 meters a second. Meters a second from 320. I'm currently going 260. I'm going to have to hurry up. And it's from 320, which is up here, so it's from the right. The difference between 260 roughly and 320 is 60 from the right. Shit, what's that beneath me? 60 from the right. Surely I'm not there yet. I've just gone past it. I knew it. No big deal. I'll go up to here, I'll turn around, I'll come back. Damn it, if I'm returning, my wind angle, everything's going to be stuffed up. Would it just be the reciprocal? Would it be 60 from the left? No, it wouldn't. To give myself enough time to turn around as well. And yes, I could get attacked by fighters. I'll go up to just beyond this town and then I'll turn around. It'll take me a minute to get set up and then it will take me a minute to get on track. So I'm going 260. So I'm going to be turning and going 80. I'll do that more or less now. Let's hope I can do this well enough. And I'm going to have to open the bomb bay doors as well. Good hits. I hit the left side of the fortress wall. Not bad, not bad. That was actually something of a success. Destroyed airfield ammo dump, destroyed blitz truck. I've shut the bomb bay door. It might be generally speaking, it might be a good idea to fly over the target once and then go round on the reciprocal heading, just for the sake of identifying the target if you haven't been to it before. pretty good, pretty good. Didn't get harassed by fighters. Managed to do everything pretty correctly there. Nice, says Vince. Cheers, Vince. One thing that surprised me about this plane is it's a single pilot only. There's just one pilot flying this plane. It looks like a B-26 Marauder to me, which I believe has two pilots, just like a B-25. But no, it's just a single pilot for this it's a pretty huge aircraft to have a single pilot. But there you go. Probably just about as big as a plane from this vintage can get without the need for a second pilot to manage the cockpit workload. Decent drop there. Yeah, it was, yeah. I'm also making a practice of, at least I'm going to try and remember to do a track record so I can go back and review the footage of the drop, because I don't always get an opportunity to, especially if I'm under attack or if I'm getting hit by flak and the aircraft loses its auto level or something. I can't keep an eye on the fall of the bombs, and I just totally don't get a chance to review or to see how they fall. But in this instance, we got to see how they fall, and also I track recorded it. On target, yeah. Basically destroyed probably 1/4 of the wall of the fortress, I think. Maybe not a quarter, like maybe, what's a half of a quarter, like a 1/12 or something. I don't know. Destroyed a lot of the fortress. Tempted to do some air combat now. If only I could see some enemy aircraft. Only really the USA have had co-pilot. Yeah, that's a fair point. There's plenty, now that I think of it, there's plenty of planes in the Axis and the British planes that just had a single pilot. Like the HE111 and so on. Ju-88. Lancaster had one pilot. Wow. The engineer. Okay, yeah. I wonder, yeah, the Lancaster's a pretty huge plane, and then the Sterling. I wonder about the Sterling. I wonder about the ME323 Gigant. I assume that probably had 10 pilots to try and handle the stresses and the strains. Or maybe not. I just got to find this runway now. there. Tiny. It's like I'm landing in the Mongolian steppe or something. Land my plane in the Mongolian steppe and then go back to my yurt and consume some fermented mare's milk. They drink mare's milk. What's our speed? I need to get it under 150 so I can deploy more flap in the gear and stuff. %, flap. Green light for the gear. Got the lights on. I can see them from here actually. Let's just mosey on in. There's a plane taking off. Looks like a Yak 1. I'm going to land the opposite way. If I remember correctly, this plane tends to float. Obviously it depends on the speed that you're doing, but I think it tends to float. Just land on the side here. 100 miles an hour still. It's 160 kilometers an hour, still very fast. Not too bad, not too bad. When you've landed and you open the canopy, this is what happens directly above this area here, which is the bomb bay. This whole section here opens up. That's pretty amazing. And you got your subwoofer right there. That's your subwoofer. And that's your coffee thermos. I don't know. This would be a pretty cool plane, I gotta say. Anyways, that's a successful mission in an A20. Nice mission. Cheers. That was pretty taxing. Sort of like, I don't know if you remember back to high school doing an exam, like doing a maths exam or a history exam. You got to remember everything. That was kind of like what that was, trying to remember everything. Did it pretty well, but just remembering every little thing in the right sequence at the right time, like remembering to open the bomb bay doors, remembering to shut the bomb bay doors, etc, etc. Now my airfield's under attack. No, it's not. So I should probably go back to the artillery, I think. I don't know if I'll fly an A20. What else have I got? Not there's anything wrong with the A20. I could go a PE2, I could go an IL2. Don't have to go a bomber though. You guys got any suggestions for which aircraft to fly next out of these? Could go again in the A20. I could take a A20B series 127. I might do that. Full fuel. Guns to... I don't know, guns to... I think I'll keep it at 180 actually. What guns have I got? That's got to be your cannon, and that's got... No, hang on. I don't know what guns you've got actually. 220 of that one, and 140 of that one. I think that's a cannon, and I think that might be a 50 caliber, a single 50 cal. And I think their rate of fire, if you pull the trigger, they both finish up at the same time. Ripping up trains, hey, yeah. Yeah, you get a lot of points if you effectively hit a train with a bomber, that's for sure. Pretty cool scheme. This is probably the best scheme for this map, for this one. Right, so guns to 180. And there's not really any modification. I don't know how to use the navigation aids in this, but I'm selecting them now whenever I can to try and figure it out. Large blind spots, yeah. So this is one of the best planes in the game. This is a A20B series 127. That's an LA5 down there. which I've been flying quite a lot lately. I look at the comment section for just a fraction of a second and then I lost that LA5. I'm still going roughly the same direction. 0406 is under attack. There he is there. So 0406 and 805 are under attack. That's a bit too much for the engine there. Shouldn't try and keep up with that aircraft that's up there. I think it's the LA5. Yeah, the 1B is a really good all-round fighter, particularly good at turning. Good at turning, good at diving. Alright, so I'm basically at the cloud base. Don't necessarily want to go any higher than this. Maybe just into the clouds or something. The distances on this map are pretty big. Alright, there's the cloud base coming up. So I've got an enemy position obviously below me. I don't necessarily want to be here unless I've got bombers here. I'd rather go down to my airfield and defend it. I can see an aircraft down there. What the heck, man? What is that? That's got to be an IL-2. My money's on that's an IL-2 or a PE-2. He's going in for another shot. Looks like he's operating without any problems. I might start a big circle, actually. Enemy aircraft spotted at Olshanet. Gotta start like circling further away so I'm not banking so steep. He's got a few hits there, that's good, a few passes. He's doing some ground attack, shooting. There's another aircraft down there. What could that be? I think we've got 2 IL-2s down there. Honestly, I can't tell from this distance. They could be P2s or whatever, but there's more than one aircraft. Yeah, well spotted. Yeah, I just only noticed. We got that one there, of course.